Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another episode of the Salary Cap Report. Going to be reviewing the salary changes for Saturday, May 10th, along with going over the new out of position set and the players within the set that I think you guys could bring into salary cap, whether you're just looking for players to use for fun in the game mode, or if you're trying to get those agendas done that are the same kind of agendas as we had last week with the glitched players, where if you complete all of the different agendas in breakout, domination, and either salary cap or showdown, you're going to be able to walk away with a number of relatively high tier event pieces, including a 100 overall event piece. So we're going to go over all that stuff. I don't have any lineups that I've put together with the out of position players because a lot of them are still pretty expensive. I don't know if you guys ripped packs. I didn't rip packs yesterday. All I did was open up the free 10-pack box from the agendas, and I had what I feel like was by far my worst outing in terms of pack luck. I think I only got 2 or 3 shakes in the entire 10-pack box, and they were all diamonds. And I feel like the few YouTubers whose videos I watched when it came to their own pack opening videos, they also, for the most part, had really bad luck as well, which was kind of frustrating to see. And that's why we're seeing a lot of these players maintain their high price tag. Now, I do think we're going to see these cards probably drop in value a little bit by Tuesday, where, you know, at that point we'll be 24 hours into the season 6 super packs. So maybe by then these cards will be more affordable. But I think right now, given the fact that we have to use these players in the agendas that I was talking about earlier, right here, the fact that we can still do these agendas now for this set, and then we're able to earn, like I said, a 100 overall glitched event card just by grinding out all 3 of these agendas. I think agendas like these are going to keep these players' prices higher, especially if the odds have been stealth nerfed on some of these cards. Why don't we talk about a few of these cards, because I played a handful of salary cap games last night, which was a big mistake. I wasn't really in the mood to play salary cap, and I was watching the Pacers Cavs game and a little bit of the Thunder Nuggets game on the side while I was grinding it out. And I learned very quickly that Friday night is not a good time to play salary cap, because that's when all the sweats are out. I think in 2 of the 4 games that I played and lost, the people DM me after the game just to talk smack, which I thought was hilarious. But you know, that's kind of this community, or at least a part of this community in a nutshell. But regardless, it's fine. I just need to get those games out of the way so I can get to 2,500 points. Let's get back to these players. I do have all of the diamonds, and I think the one diamond out of position card that a lot of people are probably going to bring into salary cap, the one diamond that I saw everyone who I played yesterday bring, funny enough, at the center position, not at small forward, is this Alexis Ajinxa card. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing his name. If I am, I apologize. 7'2", can play the small forward, has a 7'7" wingspan. This card for my opponent was getting almost every offensive rebound that was up for grabs. He was an absolute menace on the glass, and he was crushing Donovan Clingan on the boards. Like, I was actually really impressed at how well this card played. And so I modified my salary cap lineups this morning, and I have put him now as my backup center in both of my lineups. Maurice Spates, I actually don't mind this card. I think his jump shot is fine. I just don't love him defensively. A lot of these cards, because they are really tall and are able to play, you know, the point guard, shooting guard, or small forward position, they're going to be a little lackluster on the defensive side of the ball and when it comes to their speed as well. But if you can get past that, Maurice Spates at 6'10" is going to be a really fun card to run at the shooting guard position. Gershon Yabusele is 6'8". I think we have a number of cards that are around that same height that are going to be just as good, if not better, than Gershon. I have not tried out his jump shot, but it feels like a lot of his badges are more so catered towards him being a big, and I don't like that he's a shooting guard small forward. I feel like the cards that are like shooting guard power forward or shooting guard center are going to give you more bang for your buck, like Keyshawn George. I like this card a lot. I liked his jump shot a lot on his Sapphire NBA Storylines card. This card is going to be a lot of fun to use. I really like his badges. I like them a lot more Then I like Yabusele's badges, and he has 92 speed. So if I had to pick two of the cards to bring with me into salary cap, it would probably be a Jinxa and Keyshawn George, just because, again, yes, I'm losing those 2 inches in height going from Maurice Spates down to Keyshawn, but Keyshawn has some really nice Hall of Fame badges that I like. In the pink diamond tier, there is one card that is the standalone best card. It is the pink diamond that I think costs as much as the other 3 or 4 pink diamonds combined. I think these cards are all going for 6K roughly, MT right now, at least on the Xbox auction house. Jabari Smith is going for like 23, 24K plus. He's really, really good. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know that. You've seen your favorite YouTubers or other content creators talk about how good this card is. Great jump shot. Looks like he has really nice SIGs as well. I've seen some people complain that he feels a little slow out there at 90 speed, but I think that's going to be the compromise with you running an elite pink diamond shooting guard at 6'11". This is probably the card that a lot of you guys want to add if you guys haven't added him already. Every person I played in salary cap who had this card yesterday ended up cooking me with him. I could not contest Jabari Smith's jump shot, even with my shooting guards being like 6'8", 6'9". So really good uncontestable jump shot on him. The Opals, not really a lot to talk about here. If Andrew Bogut drops in salary, this could be an insane point guard to bring into salary cap, because he could be as low as 8K salary. Right now he's at 8,500. All these cards, as per the usual, are 500 salary above their minimum value. You could easily bring Andrew Bogut into salary cap if you want. He is, I think, currently still not a buy now, I believe, which I guess is interesting. We don't really see a ton of Opals that are bids only, but you know, it is what it is. Denny Avdia is also a really, really good card. I feel like he's one of the guys that you usually see in these out of position sets come in at the point guard position. This card's absolutely elite. I really want Josh Hart, although I do have to compare Josh Hart's Opal to his diamond card when he's activated with that Dark Matter duo, just to see if it's worth it. But I really want to get this Josh Hart card mostly for the card art, and I feel like since he's still undersized as a shooting guard, he's going to be a card that will hopefully be cheaper, if not later on today, then next week. All right, with that being said, let's quickly look at the player salaries. Today's episode's not going to be that long. I don't have any packs to open up. I think I have like one legend badge pack, but who cares about that? There's one main story that I want to talk about when it comes to the player salary adjustment. And it's one of the biggest salary changes I've ever seen. I don't think we've ever seen 2K do this. They've basically taken every single card that is, I think at least, either not one of those NBA playoff spotlight Sims cards or one of these brand new out of position cards. Every other card that's in the game right now, I believe, has minned out in terms of their salary. I actually want to go and check out Victor Wembanyama, because I wonder if his pink diamond is now down to 5K or if his Galaxy Opal is now down to 8K, because that would be a massive change. You can see here all of my Dark Matters are now 10,000 salary. All of my Galaxy Opals are 8K salary. All of my pink diamonds, for the most part, outside of, okay, Michael Finley, interesting, 8K. But again, the majority of these pink diamonds are down to 5K, including a card that I'll show you guys in a second, who's been at 8K salary for a long time. LeBron James down to 5K, so probably your pink diamond Dr. J's and Michael Beasley's will also be 5K salary. Where is Khalil Ware? Khalil Ware, I believe, is also at 5K. Yeah, Khalil Ware also at 5K salary, which is very, very interesting. Another thing that's kind of interesting, the glitch set has now been live for 8 days, and what we've seen historically is these sets, once they hit the 8-day mark, that second Saturday that they're live, when the salaries change again, we see these cards go up near the top end of their salary value. So I would have thought a card like Isaiah Hartenstein would have hit 8,000 salary, but instead he dropped down to 5,000 salary. So again, it looks like all these cards, 2K dropped their salaries down to the minimum value, which is going to make team building really, really easy. Again, outside of these NBA playoffs spotlight Sims cards and maybe a handful of other cards like that Michael Finley, which was weirdly at 8,000 salary, all these diamond cards that I have are at 2,000 salary, except for the out of position cards. like Keyshawn George. So yeah, you're going to have your pick of the litter. Any card you want to put into your lineup, you're going to be able to do so. And it's going to make, again, it's going to make team building really, really easy. Not going to go through every single card, but you can see I'm scrolling endlessly. The diamonds are all at 2,000. The amethysts are all at 1,200. I mean, we've never seen something like this before. This is honestly insane. And yeah, Donovan Clingan down to 5,000, which is really nice. So when I loaded up into the game today, I saw both of my teams that I have in salary cap have dropped by 2,000 in salary, which is really interesting. A couple of notes before I get on out of here. I ran this lineup in, I think, all 4 of my games yesterday, and I ended up going 1-3. It just feels like, even though it's fun to have these 4 dark matters, Isaiah Collier being at 6'3" was getting bodied by cards like Delano Banton. And I know I played against some really good players yesterday, so I want to give credit to them. They were attacking Isaiah Collier very intelligently. They were shooting over him. They weren't trying to like get open. They kind of knew they were already open because Delano Banton has 5 inches height-wise on Isaiah Collier. And given now that a lot of people are running their out-of-position cards to try to get those agendas done that we were referring to earlier, I can't really hide Isaiah Collier anywhere. The one game that I won, funny enough, I was able to hide Isaiah Collier on a guy who was running a few glitched cards, and so I was able to hide him on Diamond Baylor Shireman. Outside of that, the people that are running lineups where their average player height on their starting lineup is like 6'7", 6'8", I have nowhere to hide Isaiah Collier. And the smart people, if I move Isaiah Collier off of their primary ball handler, they'll just find the other guy who Isaiah Collier is hiding on, and they'll try to shoot over him. So I feel like Tom Thibodeau trying to hide Jalen Brunson on defense. It's hilarious. So the main lineup I'm going to probably try to run today, at least a little bit. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to play today, but it's going to be this lineup. I showed at least this starting 5 to you guys last week when I was making my different salary cap lineups. I still want to try this lineup out. It's nice that Paolo Banchero, as with every other diamond in this game, is now down to 2,000 salary. My Paolo has some nice badges, as I've talked about before. Delano Banton, a fun card to run. I barely run this card, but in the limited time I was able to use him yesterday, I really enjoyed running him. I'm kind of on the fence on Donovan Clingan. I like this card. I just feel like yesterday maybe I wasn't playing the way I normally do. I wasn't getting my center involved. I'm going to try to do so today to figure out if I want to dedicate 5,000 salary to him, because if not, again, with all of these salaries down on all of our players, I can put basically any other pink diamond in place of this card, and it's not going to affect my team salary because they're all at 5,000, which is really nice. Off the bench, as I mentioned, we have Alexis Ajinça. I have him and Dyson Daniels now off the bench, which I think will be really fun to run these cards. In order to make this work, though, I had to bench Toumani Camara, who's back down to 1,200, which does suck, but now I get to bring in Bilal Coulibaly, which I guess that'll be fun. We'll have to see how my Ruby Bilal Coulibaly does in May 2025 in salary cap. That may be really bad, but my other lineup, I don't know if I'm going to tinker around with it anymore. I don't feel like I have to add more players. Like, I'll add some players to my, or higher tier players rather, to my 12th and 13th man spot, just to have extra players in the event of injury. I think that's good to have. But otherwise, I like the general makeup of this team as well. Again, it's just a matter of Isaiah Collier. Can he hold up against those taller point guards? I'm not really sure if he can. But that's all I have for you guys. I guess we'll open up the legend badge. I'm so used to opening up packs on stream in these videos. Let's open this up real quick. And we'll see if we get a decent legend badge to end this video. I don't think that's a decent legend badge. Slippery off ball. It is what it is. Let me quickly, before I get on out of here, I just want to check Wembanyama. Is Wemby's Galaxy Opal down? What was he at before? Like 12,000 something? So Opal Wemby's at 10K, which I think is where he was at before. Is Pink Diamond Wemby still at 10K? So he's at 8K. I don't think he was at 8K before. I thought he was at 10K. So that's good. I'm actually happy about that. Let's see. Is Dr. J? Dr. J is top of the class, right? Wow, man. Dr. J, I don't know when the last time was Julius Irving was at 5K. And then Lunar New Year is where Michael Beasley resides. Bees should also be 5K, right? Yeah. So if you have these cards and you haven't been running them in salary cap because of them being at 8K salary, bring them back, because if you have them, you probably have them badged out, and that's going to make them even more valuable considering that these cards are at 5,000 salary. So it's a really good time to get on the sticks and play some salary cap, I guess. If you want to bring in a bunch of these players, I don't know how long these players are going to stay at this salary. If I had to guess, when next season rolls around, we're going to see them all jump back up. But we're going to also see the salary cap more than likely go up as well. I would not be shocked if we see the value, which is now at 26,500, go up to around 30K to start season 7, round 1 of salary cap. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.